What is going on, traders? Trey Campbell coming at you live with another little video here. Wanted to touch base with you guys and give you kind of a recap on my day, what I did. It's currently 11:18 a.m. Just got out of a trade. I didn't enter the trade until probably about 10:45. So it most of my morning was literally just sitting here watching the charts. So I didn't really spend that much time in the trade. I just spent time watching for the setup of the trade. So we'll jump right into it, and I will kind of show you my thought process as the market opened. So let me restore the sale here and show you all the charts. So we're in all-time highs, okay? We are in territory right now that we've never been, and you kind of got to go with what is at this point, because you really don't have any structure to the upside to try to find resistance. You can basically find support underneath, but trying to nail resistance at this point, yeah, it's likely to come in the all-time high periods, because as history tends to repeat itself, as we move into higher all-time highs, there is a lot of profit taking, which then causes this little we make a new high, then we pull way back, then we just touch a new high, and then we pull way back. That's kind of the historic way of it, you know. But however, we are in a spot right now where you have to just kind of, if you're going to trade, you want the best setups you can get. However, you want to make sure that you're choosing a setup that gives you good odds. You're not just blindly buying or blindly selling. You want to make sure that in this time that you've got the best odds in your corner. So, as the market opened this morning, I was watching the four indices, ES, the NQ, YM, RTY. All right, and I've gotten to the point where I very rarely trade the RTY, the small cap. It can act just crazy, and it's really not good for my style of trading. Like momentum style traders, RTY is fantastic, but for me, I tend to stay away. Now, I used to trade it a lot, but now I just mainly use it I just watch it, basically. So, alright, so let's get into why I traded the ES. Alright, so I'm going to blow this up. The ES was the one sticking out to me, and I saw it, and I'm going to point out everything that I saw that led me to trade. Okay, so next time you see this, you can see that the steps that my mind is taking to get involved in a trade. I'm not just jumping in, I'm laying a foundation and putting things in my corner and building a case. Like a lawyer, I'm building a case that I can build this case for a winning outcome, okay? So let's jump into it. The first thing that I'm going to point out is I have overnight data off. So if you've got overnight data on, your charts are going to look a little different than mine. You might have to, kind of use your imagination here. But with the overnight, I like to trade the gap. I don't like the overnight noise. So we gapped up. Okay, so we closed here, we opened here. And typically on a gapper, on a good gap day, I like to go in the direction of the gap, as long as the price action's lining up. And I'm going to tell you why I like to do that, because if you will take this and just imagine this as being just one huge, just terrible candle. But if you could imagine this just being one humongous, my mouse is terrible, one humongous green candle, right? Then it kind of clears your perspective up when you look at the chart. And that's what I do. I just imagine it being a huge green candle in this case because we're gapping up. So, from there on, what I do is I wait for a pullback. And I wait for a pullback. Now, I like the pullback to come outside of the Keltner, right, of the desired direction. So if we're headed up, right, we're believing in this green candle to hold true. All right, I'm looking for a pullback, but I'm looking for a pullback to come underneath this Keltner. Now, step 3, when I do that, I have to have reasonable support, mathematical, statistical support. I don't care about the chart support, this support, resistance, yada yada yada. I use math and I come up with support and resistance from a statistical point of view, and by using math it gives you a statistical edge. All right, so what I saw was when we were pulling back in, okay, I saw the VA high. All right, now the VA high, the value area, is not really math. Well, it's a measure of the volume from the previous day. My particular value area boxes are from the previous day. You can make them for however many days you want. You can make the box, the area, and basically all it is the mass of volume for the previous day with a POC, which means where the POC is where the most volume traded was for the previous day, where the buyers and sellers were really going at it. Now, so let's go back over what I've shared so far. So first, we look for this as being one big surge, right? The big green candle. Now we're looking for this pullback into desired statistical, or aka volume profile slash value area. Now when price comes back into the value area, or I'm sorry, when it starts pulling back in and we have something like value area and a POC underneath, all right, then I say, okay, I've got logical support to start buying into. So that's exactly what I did. You can see this red line right here was my strike to the penny, and I bought as this candle touched. I actually just had a pending order, limit order sitting in the queue, and this candle triggered it. So it triggered, and I also had one sitting right here, but it never triggered. So basically had to just ride with this one, right? And basically it came right into that and jumped up, which gave me a chance to get out. Now I could have got out with a $10 per contract profit right there. I did not do it. I held it because I was banking on this pulling back a little further so I could nail these and then get one more push and take, double the profit. Well, that didn't happen either. Instead we pulled back, but we pulled back a little shallow, and I didn't jump in because the risk reward wouldn't have been there. So instead I left this one contract on, and this one contract right here, and then we finally just made this huge push, and I got out on this candle right here for $20 profit per contract. So I paid $50 per contract, right? So I had $250 total exposure, and I made $100 on the contract. So for my total exposure, The risk reward sounds off, but it's really not, because if you think about it in the way of contracts, is you purchase an investment for $250, right? I purchased an investment for $250. Or let's say you purchased a car. I know the math is, the numbers are a little off there, but let's just say you got a killer deal on a car for $250, right? And then that same day you were able to flip that car to somebody else for $350. Okay, now look at the return percentage on that. It's not quite 50%, but it's really close, right? So it's about 30%, and then a 30% return on your money in 15 minutes is pretty awesome. That's kind of the way I look at it in terms of how I trade. Now, so just to recap, sorry my voice is going in and out. We had the strong push, the gap, right? So I use that as a measure, and then I just calmly waited for it to pull back in, found the support that I wanted to buy into. I bought the support, or was willing to buy the support here, but I started buying it there, and lucky I did, because if I'd have waited till it hit, I'd have never got it. And that's another really main reason why I do start getting in a little early, and start spreading my contracts out. You know, I have a max amount that I'm willing to purchase, and the reason for that is, you know, I sometimes you don't get the whole pie, but you get a piece of it, and I would rather at least get a piece of it than nothing at all. So that is the trade recap. Today's date is 7/12/2019. We're in some pretty record-breaking days, so it's been phenomenal trading. I hope you guys have been staying green. If I can help you out in any way, you can hit me up on right here in the message box here, or you can come to the Discord room. I'll link a Discord invite for you in the link below there, so you can come join us. And I'm in there every day, and I will help you any way I can. So feel free to come and learn, and I can help show you a pathway to consistently making profits on these markets. So take care until next time. Trey Campbell, I'm signing off.